and Isidorix went back to Veronica's lake house that evening. To have some drinks and talk, Isidorix and Kando instantly teleported back to Planet Janiku. Isidorix and Kando instantly teleported to her house, while Dalton and Veronica cruised there at a relaxing pace. Veronica pulls up in front of the house in her baby blue Porsche and is greeted by Kando and Isidorix. So this is your lake house? I like it. I like it too. Why don't you come inside with us? Dalton, Veronica, Kando, and Isidorix go inside the house and sit down on the couch in the living room. Would you like a drink? What do you have? Something we Earthlings call beer. Do you listen to Lou Reed? Yes, I do listen to Lou Reed. What's your favorite Lou Reed album? Did you ever hear of an album called New York? Lou Reed's New York? That's an excellent album. Sure. Splendid. I'll get us some beer. Dalton, would you like a beer? Sure. Veronica goes to the beer refrigerator in the kitchen and grabs a beer for each of them. I got the beer. They all take a swig of the beer. Kando and Isidorix being aliens. Probably Rock and Roll Animal, either that or Loves. Yeah, what about, do you have Songs for Drella? Songs for Drella is a really good album. And then there's another good album by Lou Reed is New Sensations. Perfect Day and Heroin are probably my favorite songs. Yeah, those are great songs, yeah. What about Dirty Boulevard and Sweet Jane is good. What else is good? Then you've got New York's got some great stuff. Have you ever heard the album New York? It's got the Dirty Boulevard. It's got the song. Then of course you've got Songs for Drella, which has Small Town. Really good song. Kando and Isidorix, being aliens from Planet Janiku where they don't have beer, don't know that beer is an alcoholic beverage. Near the end of this life, he did an album with Metallica. That's right, he did an album called Lulu with Metallica. I remember that album he did with Metallica. It was called Lulu. It was Lou Reed and Metallica. It was kind of like an experimental avant-garde. Yeah, listen to New York, and New York is a great album. I would highly recommend New York. It's some of his best songwriting. It's just kind of like it's almost like a diary of like all the seedy underbelly of New York and kind of like some of the prostitution and drugs and like kind of like the crime in New York and just kind of like all these urban tales. It's kind of like it's really gritty and really kind of but just great like clever lyrics and everything. Yeah, I would really recommend it. That could inebriate those who drink it. Kando and Isidorix seem a little intoxicated after drinking some beer. This beverage that you have called beer is good. Also, gives you a nice feeling. I agree. I'm glad you gave me beer. I'm happy to hear that you're happily drinking beer. Now you should keep drinking beer. Would you beings, a person and an alien, like to go to the Dream Love Theater tonight to see a movie? What's showing? It's a double feature. That movie from the late 70s featuring Sigourney Weaver and Alien, and a new movie called Unseen Presence. But yeah, I heard Lou Reed for the Lou Reed. I heard Lou Reed for the first time while watching the movie Train Spotting. What a quite yeah, in some part yeah. Which song? Yeah, Perfect Day. I think the song Trains the song Perfect Day was featured in Train Spotting. You remember that? Also, did you hear the song Passenger by Iggy Pop was in that movie too? Yeah, the movie has a great soundtrack. Um, I'm happy to hear that you're happily drinking beer. Now you should keep drinking beer. Would you be as a person in alien like to? Oh yeah, what's like? Wait a minute. That'd be wonderful. Great. We'll go tomorrow night. It starts at 7 p.m. Sure. The next evening arrives and they go to the Dream Love Theater to see Alien. They walk up to the concession booth to order buckets of popcorn. The same woman at the booth is there. Just call her the woman at the booth. How can I help you people? I would like a bucket of popcorn. Wow. Are you a real-life alien? How coincidental. You were going to see the movie Alien here. Big deal. Just give me the fucking bucket of popcorn. No need to get rude on me. Okay, I'll say it without the rudeness. May I please have a fucking bucket of popcorn? Are you sure you want a bucket of popcorn? Yes, I'm sure. That's not very convincing. You must convince me on a psychic level that you truly want a bucket of popcorn, conveying to me in psychic images and notions the exquisite pleasure that popcorn brings to you, brings to your mind and your souls, and excites your taste buds in a way that sends you to a realm of culinary delight that is orgasmic in its nature. Okay, I'll try. Candle looks into the woman's eyes and tries to convince her on a psychic level that he truly wants a bucket of popcorn. There, are you convinced? No, absolutely not. So I can't have a bucket of popcorn? No, you can't. What can I have? You can have a Mounds bar and a glass of water. A Mounds bar? I hate those. I hate coconut. Why do they sell those? Why do they sell those to people and aliens? They suck. Too bad. That's all you can have. A Mounds bar and a glass of water. A Mounds bar and a glass of water. That's all you get. I'm getting more than a Mounds bar and a glass of water. Sorry, Candle. That's all you get. A Mounds bar and a glass of water. No, no, ma'am. I'm getting more than a Mounds bar and a glass of water. No, Candle. Sorry. For you, it's just going to be a Mounds bar and a glass of water. That's all you get. A Mounds bar and a glass of water. No, sorry, Candle. That's all you're getting. A Mounds bar and a glass of water. No, ma'am. All of a sudden, Candle grabs onto the woman, holding her hostage. I would like to announce that I cannot abide by the rules of this establishment, this movie theater. I am a real-life alien with many supernatural powers. I can teleport in time and space, psychokinetically move large objects, even buildings and cars, suspend people in vulnerable positions, and send people to a place of alien enslavement on planet Jonahue. Are you sure that all I can have is a Mounds glass of water? Here's your butter. Here's your hot buttery popcorn, Candle. Thanks. That's what I thought you would say. They went to the theater to watch Unseen Presence. They went to the movie theater to watch Unseen Presence. and Alien. They were watching Unseen Presence and didn't see any imagery on the screen. Where's the movie? Where's the movie? It's called Unseen Presence. You don't see it on the screen. You see it in your mind. That's where it takes place. We enter the movie together and can interact with the characters. Wow. This scene at the Dreamlove Theater is to be continued. Dalton and Veronica are sitting in the Dreamlove Theater waiting for Unseen Presence to begin. All of a sudden, Dalton and Veronica are on the set of a movie being filmed in Hollywood called Parallel Narrative. They have been psychically teleported to the movie. They look around and it appears to be the same set as the original. Movie Heathers. They see Denise Denovi on the set. Hi, Dalton. Hi, Veronica. Hi again. How are you doing today? Wag was cool. Oh, hi. How's everybody doing? Bonjour from France. Oh, I got a French listener. Cool. Okay. So, hello to my French subscriber, and Wag is cool. Hi to you. I'm doing Heathers too. Okay. Hi, Dalton. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Denise. Where are we? You're on the set of Heathers. In parallel to the filming of Heathers are the events that took place that were not seen in the movie. Did you ever stop and think about what was taking place in parallel at the moment that scenes in movies are taking place? So, for example, let's say that you're watching a movie. Bonjour. Okay, bonjour from France. So we got Bonjour de France. Bonjour de France. Francois. Wait a minute. I'm trying to think of what I don't know too much French, but I'm trying to think oui or something. Okay, wait a minute. Souffle. I don't know. I don't know too much French, but I'm just trying to. Okay. You're this. Okay, I already said that. So it's kind of like, just imagine this. Like if you're watching a movie, and like, say you're watching the movie Heathers, all the scenes that are taking place that you saw in the movie, every scene by scene. What I'm trying to depict are the scenes, everything that took place. Like if you're at, let's say that you're watching a scene that was filmed in the cafeteria at Westerberg High School. What about all the scenes? What about all the things that happened in parallel at the same moment in different people's houses and malls and restaurants? All the things you didn't see that were going on. So it's kind of like the parallel narrative, the things that happen in tandem with those scenes. That's what I'm trying to depict. Okay. Yeah, I have, Denise. So have I, Denise. The movie that you are in is a sort of montage of the scenes that took place in parallel to the scenes from Heathers. When you watch a movie that is set in a particular location, you only see some of what took place. Hey, I saw you the other day. You're the guy to make a better Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, I'm the guy that's like I'm the guy that's actually trying to compete with Grey's Anatomy. I'm trying to make a better Grey's Anatomy. That I'm trying to steal their fans, and I'm trying to steal the actors to work on my show too. Wait a minute. Can I have a shout out? Hey, shout out to the Bog Show. Okay. So I'm trying to make a better version. In addition to like writing songs and like doing cover songs, doing my Heather script and Reality Bud script, my show, another, Keep Laughing and Another Reality. I'm also trying to do a better version of Grey's Anatomy, steal their fans and steal their actors. Okay. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, so wait a minute. Oh, thanks. That's really flattering. The Bog Show. I'm very flattered by that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, thanks for subbing. Thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I appreciate every subscriber I get, and um, hope you enjoy every second of your viewing of my videos and my live streams. It's such a pleasure providing you people with quality entertainment. I can kind of consider it edutainment because hopefully you learn something when you watch my shows. You learn something that enriches your mind, that advances your education. It's not only just great laughs and great music and everything, but it's like edutainment. So you actually learn something from my stuff, hopefully, or maybe you don't, but I hope you do. Okay. Anyways, that's awesome. I'm happy to be a part of it. Okay, now that you know that what you are in, let me tell you about this scene, what this scene is about, okay? This is the cafeteria scene, okay? The screen flows, unfreeze it, okay? In the scene, Veronica Sawyer meets JD for the first time. Veronica Sawyer meets JD for the first time. At the end of that scene, upon leaving the school for the day, in parallel to what you see in the movie Heathers, meets Dalton Donner in the parking lot. So it's kind of like what happened after that scene. Like, okay, so when I wrote my Heathers 2 script, I'm a huge fan of the movie Heathers, and the movie is just like wildly entertaining. But I was trying to imagine like what could have happened like in parallel to the funny scenes that happen in Heathers, and like let's say it's like the cafeteria scene, like the classic cafeteria scene, like right at the beginning of Heathers. What happens like right at like I added a scene to it. It's kind of like, and like it's a character like Dalton Donner I conceived of as like a character that you never really saw in the original Heathers, Dalton Donner, but Veronica Sawyer meets him in the parking lot outside of Westbrook High School upon leaving the cafeteria. After that cafeteria scene, she meets Dalton Donner, which would be played by me, the character I wrote for the movie, in the parking lot. Okay, so Veronica's walking up to the car and is greeted by Dalton. Okay, so here's your dialogue. Okay, I'll give it a try. Okay, let's try it, Dalton. Sure. It starts with you. Can I help you with something? Why are you staring at me? Oh, pardon me. My name is Dalton Donner. Pleased to meet you. Nice to meet you, Dalton. That's a cool name, but what do you want? I'm sorry. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation with JD in the cafeteria today. What were you? Where were you? I didn't see you in the cafeteria. I was in the hallway. I was staring at you from inside from the hallway, and I was looking at you through the window of the door in the hallway. Remember that? You didn't see that. Huh? Anyways, oh hi, Mr. Was it Mr. Tiggy? Is like, are you talking about like a tiger, Tiggy, Mr. Tiggy? Okay, hi. This is Heathers too. Okay. Okay, so you heard the conversation that I had with JD. So what? Veronica, the screen keeps freezing up. Okay. Veronica, okay, can you play System of the Down? On my next live stream, I could look up System of the Down. I don't know any of their songs, but on my next music stream, I could look them up and try to play System of a Down. I'm not really familiar with their music, but I could check that out. Veronica, I don't think you should consort with a guy like that. Huh? He's trouble. He's trouble, Veronica. In what way? He doesn't have your best interest at heart, Veronica. He has ulterior motives. I don't agree. I think he's a nice guy with only the best of intentions. Believe me, Veronica, he's not. Please heed my warning. Can I talk to you about this in the parking lot after school tomorrow? Sure. I'll see you tomorrow. The next day arrives at Westerbrook High School. Miss Sawyer pulls up to the school in her baby blue Porsche, and Dalton Donner pulls up in his Pinto. They both enter the building and proceed to their respective rooms. Miss Sawyer gets a loudspeaker to give her morning announcement. Good morning, students of Westerberg High School. Welcome to school. I hope you find so much intellectual stimulation in your endeavors on this beautiful day. That is my hope. It is my hope against hope. What I know to be the truth is that what I know to be the truth is that some of you are really here to learn and love knowledge, and the only knowledge that some of you love is where the crazy glue is in the supplies, so that you can put crazy glue in unsuspecting people's seats so that their asses get stuck to the seat. For the people who love to learn, and improve themselves so that they can become productive, happy, assimilated members of society, have a great day. Dalton Donner, an aspiring young scientist, sees a science teacher in the hallway. Her name is Miss Eisenstein. Good morning, Miss Eisenstein. How's the science going? Science is good. Dalton, science is really good. It's interesting how your name is Eisenstein. Charlotte Eisenstein. That name is very close to Einstein. And it seems like how coincidental that your name is Miss Eisenstein and you're a science teacher, and that's almost like Eisenstein. It's so similar. It's almost uncanny. It's a coincidence. Albert Einstein is a personal hero of mine. Sure. I have an idea for you, Miss Eisenstein. Oh, hi, Zach. Nice to meet you. I hope you're a subscriber. And I get some people on my stream. Okay. I have an idea for you, Miss Eisenstein. Would you try to experiment with the DNA of some of these teachers here at Westerberg High School and crossbreed them to form a mutant monster that may further mutate into a superhuman entity that can teleport into other times in human history on Earth and in the history of creatures on other planets by putting themselves in psychic trances? Do I even know what I just fucking said? Wait a minute. Sure. I'll talk to you about this later, Miss Eisenstein. Bye. Have a great day. The next day, the day finds the day ends, and Dalton sees Veronica by her car in the parking lot outside of the school. Oh, your name is Zach. That's okay. They're talking to each other. My listeners are talking to each other now. That's kind of cool. Okay. Let's see. Have a great day. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I have to warn. Okay, Veronica, I have to warn you about JD. Okay. Um, what about him? He has some ulterior motives at the school. Huh? Beware of him. He's dangerous. Oh, I doubt that. Oh, hi, Freddie. It's great to have you. Okay. He's a nice young man. He doesn't want to hurt people. He wants to spread kindness wherever he goes. He's full of love. He's got nothing but good vibes emanating from him. He's so wonderful. Bullshit. He's a fucking asshole. He likes to hurt people. Look out. There's a lot of malevolent people at this school. JD and I have formed an alliance to defend ourselves. I'll see you later, Veronica. Oh, thanks for listening. Jim Morrison. What about Jim Morrison? Okay, yeah, Jim Morrison, he's a fucking icon. Okay. All right. I'll see you later, Veronica. Would you like to meet me at the Snappy Snack Shack tomorrow for a turbo dog and a slushie? Huh? Sure. The next day arrives and Veronica sees Dalton pull up into the parking lot of the Snappy Snack Shack. Snappy Snack Shack. Behind me. I don't want to keep interrupting my acting performance, but yeah, I have a poster behind me. It's Billie Eilish and Jim Morrison. Two fucking geniuses. Okay. Of different eras. I think Billie Eilish is a genius, and I think Jim Morrison was a genius. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. The next day arrives, and Veronica sees Dalton pull up in the parking lot of the Snappy Snack Shack. Where she is waiting for him in her baby blue Porsche, and he in his Pinto. What are you saying? I don't upload enough? I'll try to upload. I'll try to upload more if you want me to. I'm doing the best I can with that. Okay. Monica, you look incredible. You look fucking incredible. Thanks, Mike. Let's go out. Let's go inside the store and get a slushie and a turbo dog. Sure, Don and Veronica can go inside the Snappy Snack Shack and order the food. A woman takes her order. How can I help you? Give me a turbo dog and a grape slushie. A turbo dog and a cherry slushie for me. I'll get that for you. Let me warn you about the slushies. Let me warn you. The slushies are amazing. Read like Elvis? Okay. The slushies are amazing. But the turbo dogs are fucking disgusting. Shouldn't you be promoting the food here? Being in play at the Snappy Snack Shack? No. What do I fucking care? They pay me minimum wage. I'll give them minimum effort for a minimum wage. That's cool. Did you know that's a line from Did you know that that's a line from a Replacements song? No, I just thought of that myself. I never heard of the Replacements. Who are they? They are a rock and roll band from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they have this album called Hootenanny, where they sing, "I'll give you a minimum effort for a minimum wage." It's such a coincidence that you thought of that independently of that song. That's cool. The human minds of people are connected on a deep level. On a deep level. There's a real telepathic phenomenon happening. I might have harvested that notion from the mind of the Replacements in the subconscious realm of both of us. We may have simultaneously thought that same thought. For them, it found its expression in a song. For me, it found its expression in my disillusionment with working at the Snappy Snack Shack. But the Snappy Snack Shack is a wonderful place to work. The Snappy Snack Shack? A wonderful place to work? Bull fucking shit. This place is a grime hole where you pray every night to a god that you hope exists to spare you from having some maniac rob you at gunpoint. There are no fucking benefits. I don't even get free turbo dogs and slushies. Then I go home to my hole-in-the-wall apartment and watch the lottery drawing every night on television while feasting on a Swanson frozen dinner. Like a TV dinner, you know what those? To me, that would be paradise. It's all perspective. You just need to look at things with better eyes. No, it sucks. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Would you like to go to your house? Yeah. Dalton and Veronica. Dalton and Veronica. It's Midnight. Midnight. Okay. Wait a minute. Where was I? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, there. Okay. Dalton and Veronica went back to okay. With Dalton and Veronica went to Veronica's house. They had a terrific evening. Okay. Dalton was just about to leave for the evening when Veronica turned to him. Dalton. Yes, what is it, Veronica? Would you like to spend the night here? Sure, that'd be wonderful. Hi, Barbara. You said meow? Barbara Parker. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Nice to meet you. Where can I sleep? With me in my bed. Seriously? Sure. Come with me. It's just around the corner at the end of the hallway. Mike and Veronica, come to the end of the hallway where Veronica's bedroom is. This is a beautiful bedroom, Veronica. I notice you have a telescope. Can I have a look? Sure. Take a look through it. Mike looks through the telescope. Barbara, are you still there? Come back. Why did you say meow? Are you a Katy Perry fan? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Anyways, telescope sees a beautiful array of planets and constellations. Oh, hi, Goofy. Your name is Goofy? That's your YouTube name. Is Barbara still there? Oh, hi, Goofy. Or no, okay, so we got Goofy. Is Barbara still there? Because Barbara, I always like that name. Like Santa Barbara, stuff like that. Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Where was I? I got a beautiful array of planets and constellations on a warm evening in early June. Do you see that planet to the west of Orion? This is Heather's 2. Okay. It's my script for Heather's 2. Okay. I can see it. Which planet is it? That's planet Chandanq. That's planet Chandanq. It is? How do you know? On some nights, planet Chandanq, though many light years away, emits a brilliant light, enabling it to be seen by the naked human eye here on Earth. When this occurs, if you are staring right at the planet, you receive alien messages. You receive alien messages transmitted to your mind through a kind of transom that connects material reality to non-material reality in the field of thought forms. Are they in the form of words? No, it's pure thought. You receive thoughts from aliens on planet Q in a kind of esoteric field where your thoughts can be sent to the aliens. That's fascinating. Is there any alien in particular that you are getting to know? There is a male alien named Kando and a female alien or a femme alien named Isidorix I've become acquainted with. And what's sexier than a femme alien, a female alien? Not too many things in the universe. Okay. What's sexier than a femme alien, a femme bot? I don't know. Okay, anyways. Okay. They're the lovers dispute. Turn around and looking back at you, Veronica. Veronica turns around and sees Kando and Isidorix in back of him. They have apparently teleported to Earth and are standing there in Veronica's bedroom. Greetings, Earthlings. Hi. Wow. How did you get here so quickly? We teleported from planet Q. Nice bedroom. Thanks, Kando. Would you aliens like a drink or something? No, we have to get going. Kando and Isidorix teleported back to planet Q. Wow. So now you met Kando and Isidorix. Yeah, that was interesting. You should be with me, Veronica. We'll talk about it. Dalton and Veronica had a wonderful evening. Dalton sees Veronica in the parking lot after school. They start talking to each other. Meanwhile, in the Dreamworld Theater, Dalton and Veronica from Heathers 2 are talking to each other in the realm where a parallel narrative is taking place. Do you want to get some popcorn? Sure. Veronica and Dalton come back to the realm from the realm where parallel narrative takes place to go to the concession stand for popcorn. They start eating their popcorn and having conversation. This is fascinating. We are watching our younger selves in a parallel narrative. To Heathers. It's amazing to see the scenes that took place that were not included in the movie. Yeah. People who are fans of Heathers should see parallel narrative to get the whole story. The real story of Heathers is really the original movie, along with the parallel narrative. Dalton and Veronica went back into the theater to watch the rest of the parallel narrative. They came out of the Dreamworld Theater to a beautiful moonlit evening and were greeted by Kando and Isidorix. It's nice to see you. Hi. It's nice to see you, Kando and Isidorix. Are you getting along? Our romance is blossoming. Can we come to your lake house? That's not very polite, Kando. You don't just invite yourself to my lake house. Why not? Because it's not proper etiquette? You're supposed to wait for the person to invite you. If they do invite you, then you graciously accept their invitation. We're coming to your lake house. What? You are not coming to my lake house. You have not been invited. We are coming to your lake house. Stay out of it, Isidore X. You and Kando are not coming to my lake house. Either Isidore X and I come to your lake house, or you are going to be teleported to planet John Q. Teleport us to planet John Q, Kando. Watch me. I'm reading something. I'm reading my script for Heathers. For Heathers 2. This is my script for Heathers 2. Kando and Isidore got in their spaceship and traveled back to planet John Q. You don't really think that Kando can teleport us to planet John Q, do you? Let's hope not. I don't want to live with a bunch of aliens. Let's go to your lake house, sure. Dalton and Veronica went back to Veronica's lake house. They had a wonderful evening. They got up the next morning and went for a walk along Lake Serenity. It was a breezy and warm morning in late June, and there was a brightness to the day that lent itself to an eternal optimism. This place is beautiful, Veronica. I would really love to see you purchase your lake house. Believe me, I want to. I can't afford it. If I moved in with you, you could afford it. That'd be nice. You have to be faithful to me if you want to keep me. I have been faithful to you, Veronica. I've had lustful thoughts about other women, but I didn't actually cheat on you. Commitment is predicated on total devotion to your lover in thoughts and actions. Sexual activity is an empty physical experience when it is not connected to true love. I agree wholeheartedly, Veronica. I know I joked around about it in the past, but I believe in commitment, and sex is a beautiful expression of the consummation of love. That's the right thing to say. Think of the wonderful new memories one could form, that we could form if I was to move in with you. A house is only an object constructed out of wood and other materials until it is illuminated by the souls of lovers so deeply in love that their love is an essence of beauty that brings transcendence to the hearts and minds of human beings and tranquility to places. I agree. Do you want to go back to your lake house for lunch? Sure. Dalton and Veronica walked back to the lake house to find JD leaning against his black Corvette with his arms crossed and a jealous look on his face. Good morning, you lovers. Fancy seeing you here. Fancy seeing us here? What the fuck are you doing here, JD? Nobody invited you to Veronica's lake house. I don't need an invitation. You see, my dad's construction company built this beautiful house. Veronica has been defaulting on rental payments. Unless she pays the rent, she's out of here. The rent is in the mail. Now get the fuck out of here. I call the police. Why did you leave me for the science nerd, Veronica? He's not a nerd. He's a cool person who is a brilliant scientist. Whatever, Veronica. With that, JD, looking extremely sad and dejected, cruises off back home in his Corvette. Let's have some lunch, Veronica. Sure. Dalton and Veronica talked into the afternoon and had a wonderful evening. Dalton and Veronica got up the next morning and walked to Lake Serenity. It was a cloudy, unseasonably cool morning for midsummer, with an almost autumnal chill in the air. That JD has really turned out to be a bastard, hasn't he? Yeah? The situation is not good. I have this beautiful lake house that I can only keep if I make rental payments to that son of a bitch. Maybe you should look into another lake house on some other lake. I don't like the idea of you here, Veronica, not when JD's dad's construction company is involved. I gotta get the other notebook. I'll be right back. I agree with that. I don't like dealing with JD and his dad's construction company as a renter of this house either. Especially considering the fact that JD is bitter about me leaving him. It's like he has this pathetic jealousy whenever he sees me with you. What is it that keeps you here despite such unnerving circumstances? It's the house itself, okay? I feel great in this house. This house seems to communicate with me on a subliminal level. Oh, hi, Juicy Jumbo. You're back from Tennessee. That's a cool name, Juicy Jumbo and Doc Clock. I get some really cool fans in the audience there. Okay. Giving me a sense of eternal pleasure and security as it illuminates my soul with the knowledge of the truth of limitless beauty as I wander through labyrinthine realms of indescribable transcendence. Really? You feel all that inside this house? I was just looking outside the window the other day and saw a bomb eating scraps like food out of your fucking garbage can. This place gives me a feeling of being eternally disgusted by the utter depravity. Last time I was here, we were talking about the eyes, and you were jamming out. The eyes? Yeah. You were talking about the eye, yeah, from Grey's Anatomy? That's right, yeah. I'm glad you're joining me again, Juicy Jumbo. Okay. Do you eat gumbo, Jumbo? Juicy gumbo? Okay. Gumbo shrimp is cool stuff. Oh, thanks, man. That's really cool, man. Thanks. Okay. Being eternally disgusted by the utter depravity of a humanity that, despite having evolved socially, economically, technologically, and intellectually, still is in a disordered state. The guy who eats my garbage, he's a friend of mine. He's a friend of yours? The guy who eats your garbage is a friend of yours. Yes, he is. First of all, why would you befriend a bum who eats your garbage? He's not a bum. Come again, he's not a bum? He most certainly is not a bum. I always thought that if you ate garbage out of garbage cans, that would seem to imply that you were a bum. Here's the difference. Okay. He eats my garbage because he actually likes it. He's actually a multimillionaire with a strange fascination with garbage. He's a part of a secret society of garbage-eating millionaires, unbeknownst to most people except for me, and now you, who are on a quest to find a perfect meal that they harvested from people's garbage. They compare results with each other and hold discussions about the nuances and subtleties of the garbage that they have eaten. As a matter of fact, there's a cable station that is only available to them where they have a weekly show about the different homes they ate garbage at. They tape episodes and have discussions about trash cuisine in a similar way to the show Check Please. That's really bizarre. How about it? What's the guy's name who eats your garbage? I don't know. I was just kidding. I didn't know you saw somebody eating my garbage. Really? You saw somebody eating my garbage? Yes, I did, Veronica. I think you should move. Okay, so that was a bizarre incident that you happened to see. Assuming that it is the exception and not the rule, I'm going to keep my lake house. I know it is a beautiful place. When I walk along the lake with you, my soul is transported to a place of existence whereupon I feel the numinous glow of my self-awareness in a place of otherworldly pleasures that can only be felt by the union of the souls of lovers who have found each other on this fleeting temporal plane of existence in a society of people, many of whom inhabit mortal physical forms animated by souls that are dead to the sublime and transcendent feelings of an alive soul. Oh, hi, Robert. So we got Juicy Jumbo and Robert Brown. Hi. Okay. I feel that way when I'm with you too. These pleasures I feel are not strictly physical pleasures derived from a mortal physical form, but the transcendent pleasures of a soul that has found its soulmate and is enlightened by the awareness of the existence of higher levels of reality beyond this illusory plane of existence. Yeah, I agree. Awesome. Would you like to take a walk to the lake? Sure. That'd be wonderful. Let's go. Dalton and Veronica took a walk along Lake Serenity. They went back to Veronica's lake house and proceeded to have a wonderful evening. Dalton and Veronica got up the next morning and took a walk to Lake Serenity. What a beautiful afternoon it is, isn't it? It is. The warm summer breeze massages my skin as I look upon the placid waters of Lake Serenity, finding meaning and significance in nature and love and destiny in the cosmos. Would you like to take a walk around town? Sure. Dalton and Veronica drove into town. Look, Dalton, they're showing the original Heathers as a matinee in the Dreamwell Theater. Look, it's an enhanced version of the movie. It's titled Heather, Seen by the Eyes of Love. They walk up to the ticket booth to purchase their tickets. They find Mike Meyer at the ticket booth. That's correct. The movie is titled Heathers, Seen by the Eyes of Love, because it's a film containing not only the movie, but the movie being watched by me at home. On the movie screen, you see the movie itself and me, Mike Meyer, at home, watching the movie on rent-a-video on my television. You see the expressions on my face that convey the emotions that I felt during each scene of the movie. When you look into my eyes during a particular scene, my emotions and my notions relating to that scene can be gleaned by observation. The exact moment that I fell in love with Winona Ryder watching Heathers on video at home can be seen in my eyes. So you're not only watching the movie, but you're watching me watching the movie and getting a sense of the emotions that the movie inspired in me and how my love for Winona Ryder was brought to life by the movie. Give us 2 tickets for it, sure. Doug and Veronica are sitting in the movie theater in a love embrace watching Heather's seen by the eyes of love. They can they they can clearly see the moment that Mike Meyer fell in love with Winona Ryder, but the look at his face as he is watching the movie. It seems to be such a transcendent moment for him that he has a new perspective on life, and the sublime beauty of merely being alive as a human being is given the profound meaning and significance that is bestowed upon immortal human beings. They walk out of the movie theater into a beautiful moonlit evening. All of a sudden, as I'm writing Heathers 2 at home in Park Ridge, Illinois, I look out the window and see Winona Ryder in a baby blue Porsche in front of my townhouse. She is looking at me through the window and starts honking. I run into the townhouse to greet her. Winona? Is that you, Winona Ryder? It sure is Winona Ryder in the flesh. This is amazing. I was just inside my townhouse, writing a scene for Heathers 2, when I saw you outside in your car. By the way, that's the exact car that's exactly the car for my script for Heathers 2. That's the baby blue Porsche with the brown leather interior, exactly as I imagined the car. Exactly as I imagined it for my story. I know, I've been driving around in Heathers 2. You've been driving it around in Heathers 2? Yeah. Your writing is so powerful that I've been projected in the realm where Heathers 2 exist. There, I'm but the character that I put in archetypal existence. Veronica Sawyer. I'm driving her car. I drove it out of that realm into reality. Can you play Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Maybe on my next music stream. Okay. You feel like going for a ride? Sure, but this is Veronica Sawyer's car. She finds out I have it, she'll be angry. Why don't you just drive it for a while and then bring it back? Sure, do you want to drive to Petaluma, California? The town where I grew up? Sure, let's go. Mike gets in the car and they go on to Route 66 out to California. I love this car. The brown leather seating is so comfortable, and the sound system of the car is so good. I'm so excited to see your town where you grew up, Winona. Thanks, I've been wandering around the realm where Heathers 2 takes place. I like what you've been writing. I'm looking forward to see what comes next. Yeah, I've been writing for this script for years. It's really a continuing saga of the film. I enjoy writing it so much. I don't want to bring it to a conclusion. If we make the film, we can edit a lot of it out, keeping in the best parts and working them into a narrative. The parts that don't make it to the film can still exist as an extension to the movie. That's exactly what I was thinking. So nice to be cruising along Route 66 with you. Can't wait to show you the town where I grew up. I can't wait to see it. They continue to drive along Route 66, seeing many sights in mid-America, such as small towns and farms. They finally get to California. They take the long drive to Northern California, to Petaluma. They are driving through Petaluma. Oh, this is such a charming town. The people look so pleasant. There are such nice-looking stores and houses here. It was a great town to grow up in. I did have some problems with some of the other students in high school, so I was homeschooled. I went on to the American Conservatory Theater, known as ACT, where I acquired a love of acting and met people of my kind who were also very artistic and loved acting. I read all of that and much more. It infuriates me to hear that you were bullied at Petaluma High School. You are such a beautiful goddess. I've gotten over it. Well, let's not talk about that now. I want to help you get back at them. Don't worry about it for now. All of a sudden, they see Veronica Sawyer from Heathers too, walking along a sidewalk in Petaluma. Look, it's Veronica Sawyer from Heathers too. I see her. Veronica Sawyer walks up to the car. Oh, there you are. Oh, hi. How's it going? Thanks for joining me, people. I was wondering where my car was. I'm sorry, Veronica. I just wanted to borrow it to show Mike the town where I grew up in. Give it back, Winona. Can I have it for a few more days, Veronica? Mike and I are having so much fun with it. No, Winona, give it back. I want my fucking car back. Please. I want it for a few more days. Give it back. With that, Winona ignores Veronica and drives off at a frantic pace with Mike out of town, and heads for Los Angeles. We better get the fuck out of here. Yeah, Veronica Sawyer hails a cab and asks the crazy cab driver to chase after Mike and Winona, which he does. This is fucking wild. We are being chased by Veronica Sawyer. Mike, Meyer, and Winona Ryder are being chased by Veronica Sawyer. Are being chased in Veronica Sawyer's car from the realm where Heathers 2 takes place here in reality by Veronica Sawyer in a taxi. It sure is. Can you write Veronica back into the realm where Heathers 2 takes place? Yeah, but isn't it kind of fun being chased by her? Yeah. Let's let it go on for a while. I think we ditched her. Oh, here we are in Los Angeles. You want to take a walk around town and enjoy the town? Sure, they got out of the car and walked around. They had a wonderful evening. Mike and Winona are walking around Los Angeles in the evening, admiring some of the sights. Wow, Winona, Los Angeles in the evening. I love how the city really lights up in the evening. Yeah, Los Angeles in the evening is such a just trying to find where this story continues in my notebook. It's such a place. It's such a wonderful place. Indigenous people. Okay, wait a minute. It's such a place. Okay. It is indigenous to the land here and new to it. The combination of native peoples. Did you ever heard the word peoples? I mean, it's like you can actually, the word people is a word that referring to human beings, people, but peoples is actually a word. There's actually a word peoples. It almost sounds counterintuitive that there's a form of the word people that's actually peoples, but peoples, meaning different groups of people. So native peoples. So you can see peoples through your pupils. That was a little nerd humor. Wait a minute. Can we get some heavy metal girl live? Yes. On my next live stream, which will be Wednesday morning, it'll be titled "You Are Being Observed by the Ghost Realm." Next Wednesday morning at around 9 or 10 Central Time in America, I could play heavy metal girl for you if you want to hear it. Sure. Yeah, I would love to do that for you. Red. Your name is Red. Yeah. Heavy Metal Dog. So I promise that this Wednesday morning, the day after tomorrow, in the morning. Also, yeah, I'll play that for you, Red. Heavy Metal Girl live. It'll be the first song I play. Okay. I'm glad you like that song. I love that song too. It's a lot of fun. It just kind of okay. So right now I'm doing my Heather's 2 script. Thanks, Red. Okay, that's really cool of you. And people who are new to this place or just passing through it is something that gives a person notions of transcendent possibilities. I agree with that. I wonder where Veronica Sawyer is. Oh, hi, Bonnie. How's it going? Bonnie Banbury. Banbury? Is it Banbury or Banbury? Hi, Bonnie. My body lies over the ocean. My body lies over the sea. My body lies over the ocean. Bring back my body to me. Bring back, bring back, bring back my body to me, to me. Bring back, bring back, bring back that body to me. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so it was wait a minute. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, okay. This place that wait a minute. Okay, I agree with that. I wonder if Veronica Sawyer's. This place must really seem foreign to her. Oh, Banbury. Do you have the tabs for Heavy Metal Girl on the lyric sheets? Well, it's an. I never like with my songs. I never like draw up the tabs. I don't have any like. I don't like write up sheet music for my songs. I pretty much just record it, and all I do is like I write down the lyrics in my notebook, and the melody is all in my head. The chord progression, the melody, the tabulature, everything's like in my head. So I don't like put it to I don't get out a paper and like draw up the tabulature. It's all in my memory. So all I really need are the lyrics on a sheet of paper, and I've got everything in my mind. But I wish I could. I mean, it takes a little bit of time. Another person wanted to see the tabulature for my song Pop Star, and I'd be glad to give you the tabulature, but it does take a little bit of time to write out the tabulature for a song. It takes a little bit of work to actually write it up, and it's kind of tedious and takes some work. I'd love for you to be able to see it because yeah, somebody wanted to see the tabulature for pop star too. Oh, you love the melody. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. All good. Not gonna. Yeah. I mean, it's like I really like, but just to tell you, like where I got the melody is like it's an E minor, and if you go to the second octave on the guitar, I think yeah, it's a second octave, and you play like a riff. Da, 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 da. You can pretty much pick out the notes in like that E minor scale, the pentatonic scale. Well, actually, I use the full minor scale, but in E minor, and you pick out the notes in the second position, like in the second octave on the guitar fret, in E minor, and that's pretty much just like then I go over to C and then to D, and the chord progression is pretty simple. It's just like you kind of pretty much staying like in that for the riff, you're pretty much staying in like that position in the E minor scale, and then pretty much doing like the power chords, C and D power chords, power bar chords, and yeah, I like Billie Eilish. I think she's great. And then you pretty much then I'm just noodling around for the solo, just kind of like doing some fret tapping and staccato riffing, and just kind of like having fun with the solo. I mean, I play the solo. My guitar solos are pretty much like improvised every time I play them. I usually don't like Most of my I have a few guitar solos that I actually came up with a solo for the song. Like this is like the set solo for the guitar. This is the guitar solo that like this is the for example, this is the guitar solo that I play for my whenever I play pop song. I mean, a pop star. But almost like more often than not, I just like I always like to do a guitar solo for most songs, but usually I just improvise a solo. Just start noodling and just start like just on the spot. I pretty much just think, okay, what's the solo going to be? I just play like whatever. I just kind of noodle around and I play some fret tapping and I just play in key. So just kind of like, and usually I come up with something that I like. And you like my hair? Yeah, I still have a little hair. See, it's growing there on the sides and it's growing on the side, in the back. It's still growing there. I think in order to really call somebody bald, they have to have no hair. I do have hair. Hell yeah, I can try. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. Are you what level of what level of guitar player are you? Are you like an advanced guitar player? Are you beginner, intermediate, or advanced? Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. But do you know how to like do things like some of these like do you know some of the do you know a lot of like lead guitar techniques? You're a beginner. Okay, so if you want to learn how to play like that, like drop it at the end of dropped it at the end of high school, ping it back up. Yeah, so if you want to learn how to play lead guitar, I mean, do you pretty much just play chords, or do you play? Do you just pretty much like play guitar, rhythm guitar, and chords, or do you know the scales and everything? Do you play solos? Do you play melodies, or do you pretty much just play like guitar, like chords, like open chords, and what type of playing do you do? So is it like mostly chords, or do you play like guitar solos? Because if you want to learn how to be a guitar soloist, if you want to play good solos, you have to learn the scales. And I try to play everything. That's the best way to do it. When I was like first learning how to play guitar, when I was like 28 years old, I'm 54 now. But when I taught myself, I never took any lessons. I just learned the scales and I learned the chords. And I learned by listening to other songs. I learned by listening to like Blues or Colt songs and songs by like bands like Boston and Aerosmith and songs by bands like what's another example? Bad Company and stuff like that. And I was just trying to like try to play along with the music. Try to like if you really have you develop an ear for music, you listen along with a song and you kind of develop an ear for the melody, an ear for music, and with practice, you can start to like really learn the song just by listening to it, and learn you can hear the chord progression, you can hear the melody, and learn where it is on the guitar, and learn how to like improvise along with the song, and you get better that way. I found it a lot more interesting than just like trying to learn sheet music and I mean, if you go to like if you get like a guitar teacher or something like that, he or she is just going to kind of like teach you like Murray Had a Little Lamb or like some folk songs or something like that, or they're going to teach you like some of the most basic guitar stuff. It's just going to be it's more fun. Just go right to the stuff that you love, the rock music that you love, and try to learn those songs. And then if you can learn those songs, then that's the first step in like writing your own songs. You learn by example, I think, and then you play along with songs. You learn melodies and riffs and stuff like that, and that's the most fun way to learn, and I think it's the most effective too. Yeah, that's the way to do it. You just like make it fun, you know. I think it's the key to success with anything in life. Make it fun, whether it's like whether you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or a musician. Make it fun. Everything should be fun. Otherwise, what's the point of life, right? Yeah. So make it fun. Listen along with the music. Try to learn the songs by hearing the music. Actually, I was actually watching the movie. I don't want to sound too pretentious here, that's too late. I probably am sounding pretentious, but I was watching the movie Oppenheimer recently, and there was a scene in the movie where Oppenheimer's talking to this guy. He's this young student of physics, and he wants he wants to. Well, no, somebody's talking to Oppenheimer, I think, and when he was like a young man, and he wants to learn physics. And he said, like, it's like if you were a musician and you're trying to learn how to become a great musician. It's more has more to do with like I mean it's really more about like not about like reading the notes on the sheet music, but it's about like hearing the music. It's not whether you can read music, it's whether you can hear music. That's the key to becoming a great musician. And I agree with that. I hope I don't sound like too much like a nerd, but anyways, so I hope that gives you some good advice. I hope that's some good advice for you in becoming a musician. Um, um, This place must really seem foreign to her. She is. Wait a minute. Being a nerd about music is awesome. All good. Oh, thanks, Rad. Yeah. If you want to be a nerd about something, be a nerd about music. Be a music nerd. Being a music nerd is actually a feather in your cap, I think. Yeah. Music nerd. Yeah, music nerds are going to rule the world someday. I hope so. Okay. Be like a musicologist, be a student of music. Not only don't just like listen to the music and don't just like appreciate the music, learn about the music. Learn about the history of music, learn about the science behind the music, why people like music. What's my favorite Doors song? I love the song Blue Sunday is a great song. Um, when the Music's Over, I love that song. Um, Waiting for the Sun, Riders on the Storm is a great song. LA Woman is a great song. Love Her Madly. I love the song um, Orange County Suite. It's kind of a lesser known song from Morrison. Is that a Morrison Hotel? I think so. Orange County Suite from Morrison Hotel, I think it is. Wait a minute. Yeah, and and 1 to 5. It's actually 5 to 1. 5 to 1 is a great song. Yeah. Um, Yeah, I love the song 5 to 1. 5 to 1, baby, 1 and 5. No one here gets out alive. You take yours, baby, I take mine. Gonna meet you, baby, in my yeah, something like that. Okay. Wish they did more of that style. Yeah. 5 to 1. And then Wishful Sinful is another good song. Um, what other songs? What other Doors songs? Hyacinth House. Love Street. Some of the lesser known songs, Love Street. As a matter of fact, so you want me to play Heavy Metal Girl on my live stream on Wednesday? I could play some Doors songs too if you want, some Doors covers. Sounds like you're a big Doors fan. Okay, wait a minute. Then there's um, yeah, there's so many great Doors songs. One of my favorite bands of all time. And I actually think Doors were a big influence on punk too. I think there wouldn't be punk if it wasn't for bands like the Doors, really. Um, it's almost kind of like with punk rock. Most punk rock bands aren't as good at musicians as the Doors were. It's almost like they were trying to sound like the Doors, and they weren't quite as good at musicians as the Doors, but they came up with something that was good unto itself, like Iggy and the Stooges. I think Iggy's pop was a huge um, that was one of his idols, Jim Morrison. He tried to sound like Jim Morrison. They tried to come up with songs like the Doors. They didn't quite come up with songs that were that good and sophisticated, but they came up in the process. They came up with their own thing, and in its own rights, it was actually in its own way, it was great too. It wasn't quite as good as well. Some people say it was as good as the Doors, but it was just different. It was more primal. I mean, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Hi, Kai Loki. I'm glad you're joining me. Yeah, it was kind of like something that wasn't quite the same as the Doors. It was kind of like an imitation of the Doors. I mean, that's not all they did was an imitation of the Doors, the Stooges, but they were definitely influenced by the Doors. But they weren't as good at musicians, but they came up with something that was like, you know, didn't have the same level of musicianship as the Doors, but it was like their own thing. They came up with their own brand of rock and roll, and it was like great in its own right, too. Yeah. Yeah, Iggy and the Stooges, I was just talking about. Um, And but yeah, bands like that formed these garage bands that were trying to sound like the Beatles and the Doors and everything. They weren't quite as good, but they came up with their own thing that was like, but it's actually better that it wasn't exactly the same because originality is like one of the most is probably the most important thing in music to being a real musical artist. Originality is probably the most essential thing to being an original artist, a great artist. But yeah, so I mean, I think everybody's inspired by something, and it's okay to kind of like emulate something without totally copying it. Even the Beatles were, some of their songs are based on like Chuck Berry songs, and that's where they got their ideas from, like early rock and roll, Chuck Berry and Buddy Holly, and they kind of like evolved it into their own sounds. Okay. Um, she has a character in the movie Heathers too, and is suspended here in Los Angeles. In reality. Let's just roam around here in reality for a while. It's kind of fun trying to guess where she is. I did not know that, says Kai Loki. Yeah, I really think that, I mean, I've analyzed the history of punk rock, and I really do think that I like to do my own analysis and my own theorizing on rock and roll, because I'm not only a musician, an appreciator of rock music, but I'm a theorist too when it comes to rock and roll. And my theory is that punk rock was born out of like out of necessity. Well, not necessity. Well, it was born out of like people like were huge Beatles fans and huge fans of like um, stuff like that, and they wanted to start their own garage band, but they didn't quite have the budget for like great instruments, so they had to form these like low budget garage bands, and they didn't have like all the musical training and skills that the Beatles had, but they had all the heart and passion and drive and desire and everything. So they came up with kind of a bargain basement version of the Beatles, and that became like punk. I mean, not just the Beatles though. I'm talking about like just like bands that were kind of like they heard enough of the crap that you heard in the '70s on AM radio, all this boring shit, and they wanted to come up with like something that was like rockin' again. They wanted to hear like good old rock and roll again. Something that's like goes right to the gut, raw and primal, passionate, with great lyrics and just like passionate vocals, and not just like staid, kind of like safe as milk, boring, bland, mediocre, generic rock and roll that they were hearing on AM radio. They wanted to see something that like gave you that gut punch, something with like energy and edginess and passion and rawness and grit and heart and soul, and that became punk rock. Okay, that's what punk rock is for me. Okay. It's been a pleasure. It's been a slice. I'll see you on my next live stream. Thanks for listening, and hope all of you have a wonderful evening. Bye.